welcome back to Minor League Esports presented by APM Music. I am Scotty P, and joining me once again in the commentary box is Luke.
Yeah, my last series was not the best one. Apologies for any background noise that was on my side, but I'm really excited for this series. I know all these guys very well in this crucial Premier League matchup between the Bulls and the Sharks, two of the really powerhouse teams of the Orange Conference.
Yeah, absolutely. We go from Foundation League, the lowest league in the hierarchy, all the way up to the top in Premier League. And not just that, two of the top teams in the Premier League, division leaders in the Orange Conference. Power rank number 2 are the Bulls, number 5 are the Sharks, both with identical records, 17-8, 4-1 on series record. They even lost to the same team, both of them their sole loss to the Tyrants.
And the Tyrants are a good team too. They're another top level team in this league, and it just shows the Premier League is just such a broad level of teams where every team can upset another any week. So you definitely can see it happening. But both these teams have constantly held their own throughout the season, and I'm really excited because both teams not playing some of their star lineups tonight, but it will be fun to see how they do as a result anyways. As we'll see Tunlink and Trash Fan playing for the Sharks and Tagmata and Deluxe for the Bulls. Two definitely high-level players nonetheless. So I'm definitely hyped to see how this series goes.
Yes, indeed. And we are on Neo Tokyo this week, going to get all the players on the field. 5 games coming up. As usual, we will play them all. 3, 2, 1 goes the countdown, and Game 1 is underway. Kickoff stays center. Deluxe puts that on net. Trash makes the save. Deluxe with this going to come out of the corner, but Trash Van with a good challenge. This goes into the Bulls end. Tagmata takes it up with possession, beats one, but not Tunloik. Tunloik in the attacking corner. Deluxe gets that one out. It's going to float down towards the Sharks end. Fielded by Trash in his corner. Takes it over the top of the cage, drops it onto Tunloik. 30 seconds, just the one shot so far. But now the Sharks having a chance. Tunloik going to work that in, going to flick it over. Tagmata rings the crossbar. Tunloik tried to get a rebound, but could not.
I love the patience from Deluxe. Deluxe is one of the best defenders in this whole league. He really knows when to rush a challenge and when to be patient, and he's able to read once again where the defender's going and gets a great save and, a little bit of ping pong back and forth between these teams.
Yep, there was a demo on it. Trash Van respawns in the corner. The ball already there, so it has to come up and make that challenge. Deluxe 2 touches off the backboard, but Tagmata going to work away from that. Has to try to shadow this against Trash, but Trash wins the challenge. It's in deep. Tunloik watching for the touch from Deluxe. Wins it. That's towards net, but wide to the left. Tagmata gets it out past one. That's past Trash. It's going to go all the way. First goal to the Bulls.
When you put Tagmata in these 1v1 situations, this is where he shines. He reads where the last defender is and says, hey, if I put a bang shot, it's going to work. And, that's that awareness that a player like Tagmata has, and especially a lot of Premier League players will have, is being able to tell where your opponents are and punishing them based off their position.
Yep, 3.5 minutes to go in game number 1. The Bulls with the early strike. 2 shots to 1 so far. As this one in the Sharks end. Tagmata pressuring in the corner, now rotates back for boost. Deluxe shadowing on Trash Van. It goes wall to wall, side to side. Now high floating up in the air. Trash, another touch. That's off the backboard. Going to drop down. Tunloik could have had a chance, but a good 50 by Deluxe to stop that. There's a floater on net. Deluxe, a save near the crossbar that was on.
And again, pressure from the Sharks there. It's not like the Bulls are really dominating this game on really the offense side of the field. Both teams sharing their shots. It just feels like the Bulls are better positioned to defend them. And we're going to see once again what the Sharks will do. Opportunities coming left and right, but not one that's really going to go through yet.
Yeah, Tagmata with a bit of a leisurely clear on that one. Steered it out to center, but the Sharks able to take possession back. Tunloik tries to poke it away from Deluxe, but Deluxe wins that back. Trash Van in the corner. Going to pick that up, floats it over Tagmata, who's going to rotate back towards net. Tunloik joining the attack. But now this stays neutral. Bulls clear it out. Tagmata towards the ball, but Trash Van pokes it back. It does beat 2. Deluxe has to scoop his way back onto that one. Goes over the cage and gets it back to center. So 2-10 in game number 1. Bull still holding on to the 1-0 lead, trying to float something for a second, but cleared out by the Sharks fairly handily.
And again, Sharks getting a little caught in their own half. I mean, the communication, the chemistry is there. It's just, when is an opportunity going to appear? Both of these teams have just strong defensive backfields. Trashman being the strong man for the Sharks, and Deluxe on the other side of the field. There's a great opportunity here. Trash trying to get himself. Will give it away, actually. But again, pressure mounting for the Sharks.
Yeah, and the Sharks with a nice drop shot by Toonloik. Deluxe getting in the way of that one again. Second save of the game. Demoed for their troubles on the far side wall. Tagmata wins that 50. It goes to Trash in their own zone. Beats Deluxe. Now it's going to be one-on-one with Tagmata, but loses the handle just a little bit. In the corner, Tagmata drives it to the wall. Picks it up again. Beats one. Now Trash is there, going to try to get back on its 50. Goes to the corner. Deluxe going to pick it up. That's towards the net, but just a little high.
And again, pressure mounting. It feels like, the Sharks, their shots are just getting saved, but the Bulls are just getting unfortunate time and time again, too, off the backboard. But now Guerrero has a great demo, and a finish will come through. And the teamwork once again working for the Sharks, and we'll get the equalizer.
Yeah, Toonloik wins the challenge off of Deluxe and then plows the road. Trash Van with the easy finish, nobody in front. 56 seconds, we're all square, one apiece. Kickoff between Deluxe and Trash Van, won cleanly by the Sharks, but right to Tagmata. That goes on net. Toonloik has to clear it to the corner. Picks this one up, works in on Deluxe, but Deluxe wins the challenge. Now Trash Van towards his corner. That goes up the far side wall, gets it onto the hood of Deluxe. Tagmata and Toonloik a 50-50. This is once again into the Sharks zone. Deluxe gonna pressure this one. That's on net. Far side scores.
That's great placement. Again, this is just the ability to be aware of your surroundings. Deluxe realizes that Trash going towards that back post and punishes it towards the right side of the net. And that's great placement, great reads, and once again, lead back in the side of the Bulls.
Yes, and a 1-goal lead with 30 seconds, not unassailable by any stretch. The Sharks have had stretches where they've looked good in this game number 1. Let's see if they can find a goal. 20 seconds to go. Trash Van gonna pick this up with some control. Beats one. Here's Deluxe, gets the save to the near wall. Toonloik keeps possession. 50 with Tagmata, that's off the ceiling. Gonna Plinko down, but right to Deluxe. Deluxe beats one. Final 6 seconds. This could be it for the Bulls. Gonna run out some clock, floats it towards the net, but that just takes the time off, and they take game number 1.
And again, it just felt like the Bulls were really being more efficient with their opportunities. It just felt like the Sharks were just giving away shots. They weren't really thinking about them. It was just like, I'm going to put a shot on net and just hopefully be able to follow it and finish it. Where the Bulls were kind of, we're going to calculate our shots. We're going to be able to read where our opponents are going and punish them. And I think when you get to the later parts of this series, that's really what's going to come down to, being more efficient. While the Sharks had more shots, they weren't as efficient with them. So I definitely think work more as a unit, definitely like what we saw with the demo play. And I think if we see that, the Sharks will definitely be able to pull this back.
Yeah, absolutely. The Sharks did outshoot the Bulls by 1, 6-5, but the defensive placement by Deluxe coming up with a savior medal in that game. So half of those shots by the Sharks just very easily blocked out. And if you're the Bulls, this is exactly what you want to see setting the pace for this series, because they need to rung up some of these games, put up a lot of wins in this cross-division play. Because in their division through the first 3 matches, they were actually only 8-7 in those 15 games. Now, most of that was a 1-4 loss to the Tyrants, so you can't really say it's quite as bad as only being a 500 team, but they do need to make sure to put up some of these games in case they go 8-7 in the second half of divisional play. They can still maintain a little bit of cushion in that division.
And not only that, this is really, a foreshadowing match. If these teams being so highly ranked, we can see this matchup again in the playoffs. So maybe that is a big reason why we aren't seeing these teams playing their top lineups, wanting to hide those secret tricks they have for when if they reconnect in the playoffs. It definitely feels like, they're going to do it playing their lower end players of Trash Van and Tagmata. Maybe using that one's mentality as Trash Van does it himself. Great opening there, and as I say, Trash Van is a one's main. He knows how to work the defense.
Yeah, finds just a little opening. Tagmata, not the best touch on that. Just didn't quite get all of it. So Trash sweeps around, beats one, beats two, and takes it to the house. 14 seconds into game number 2. And the Sharks going to be looking to equalize this here. They do have the early goal. Deluxe up the near side wall. Going to drop pass for Tagmata. That's a hot shot and he scores.
That's the team chemistry. Catches the Sharks out of position. Tunlink missing the mid boost on his rotation out. So when he rotates back, he isn't really ready to read this. And Tagmata gets a laser of a shot into the back of the net. And now big equalizer early as this really goes back to a 0-0 game with a lot of time to play.
Yeah, very nice power at 69 miles an hour. And now the Bulls looking to bring it in again. Tagmata from the corner. High backboard touch. Deluxe there drops it towards net. I think it was off, but Trash credited with a save anyway. Now Tunloink. This is floating towards net. Tagmata has to make a save and tip that high. Near side wall. Tagmata floats it through the air. 50 by Trash, and the Sharks come back. Now it's Deluxe beat by Tunloink on that one. It's in the corner. Deluxe and Tunloink doing battle. It's out to midfield. Now Deluxe going to go for Tagmata again, but Trash reads that and breaks it up on the high pass.
Again, opportunities are right for the Bulls. Definitely working more as a unit than we're seeing from the Sharks. It definitely feels like it really feel like they're having as a band, but Tunloink now showing another one of his solo plays, and again, punishing the defense once again for the Sharks.
Yeah, there was a 50. It goes off the wall, and Tunloink just gets to it first, beats out Deluxe by about half a car length. Finds the angle and takes it home. So the Sharks respond to the Bulls goal. It took them a little bit longer than the Bulls did, but now they're up 2-1 in game 2. This kickoff goes back to Tunloink in his corner. Off the ceiling. Trash not going to pressure that. Going to let Deluxe take some possession. Bulls roll it in. There's a squeeze towards the high slot. Tagmata, I think, wasn't quite ready. It was a very powerful pass. This off the far side.
Definitely powerful itself.
Now Trash in the Bulls' corner. Floats it down, but Tagmata gets in front of that. Both Bulls in front of it did not want to allow Tunloink to have that ball in front. Now Deluxe off the wall again looking for Tagmata. They're looking at connection again and again, but the Sharks reading it well after that first time, not allowing it any further. Trash and Deluxe, a 50-50. It goes all the way across. Now Tunloink is up with a temporary 2v1 off the demo. High shot, and Deluxe tips it over.
That's a great patience from Deluxe. He's able to read, instead of rushing the challenge, he just waits for that shot, really just reads where the shot's going, and punches it once again, and the Bulls avoiding a huge 2-goal deficit. But this one might be one here, saved away. But it was saved away again,
no.
But this time by the Sharks. And it seems like the Bulls able to keep this close one way or another.
Yeah, it looked like the Sharks had that play all sewn up, and then just an unfortunate own save as the teammate blocks the shot. But the Sharks do maintain the lead, which is a little over halftime in game 2. Trash gonna dump this one in. It goes on net. I thought Tagmata had it. They do not.
They are out. Tagmata caught out a boost here. He tried going for the corner, but was sadly did not spawn. But even then, one never had time to do it. Great placement from Trash Fan. And it seems like now they're just outpacing this Bulls lineup.
Yeah, and the Bulls, a plus 33 goal differential. They're used to rolling up the score on their opposition. This is actually their first match of the season against a winning team, and I think it may be catching them off guard a bit. As Deluxe takes possession in, 50 by Trash. Tagmata now wants to bring it in. That's a ground pinch, but it goes wide of the net. Trash Van on the near wall floats it towards Deluxe, 50 in the corner. Deluxe flicks it over to Tunloink, maintaining that possession, going to dribble it in on Trash, but does not elevate, so an easy save there. 100 seconds left in game number 2 as Tunloink gets another save. That is 4 saves for Trash Van. A very quiet savior medal, but the Sharks have been doing great defensively.
They have been. It's definitely been shining through Trash Van. And what I love about this matchup is, it doesn't go unsaid, is that Trash Van and Tagmata are really primarily ones players. And, Deluxe and Tunloink are primarily threes players. So it's a very unique combination of play styles in this matchup. And it's working very well for Trash Van. His positioning, he feels way more confident in his positioning. And Tagmata is kind of in the opposite situation. He feels like he's getting caught off guard, little out of position with boost situations. And now, Sharks in a great spot to close out this game number 2.
Yeah, say they caught a little bit off by the pace of the Bulls in game 1, but now they're finding their feet and they're finding a 4th goal. Tunloink out of the corner.
Yeah, I don't know if they're finding their feet. Maybe they're finding their fins, but they're just swimming really well. And this ability to punish these clears, they've done it probably 3 times in a row now. They just cut off a clear and they put to bed really. And now 3-goal lead, and really gonna see now what the Bulls can do.
Yeah, the Sharks, as you said, finding the fins, just absolutely swimming all around the Bulls at this point, perhaps smelling some blood in the water, as it's 4-1 with 40 seconds left. And Tunloy just driving circles around Tagmata to pick up this ball. Deluxe respawns, picks it up, it's towards net, but not on target. Deluxe tipped that away from Tagmata, possible miscommunication that gives Tunloy a chance to get possession. This goes into the Bulls' corner. Tagmata beats Trash Van, but loses the handle. Now Tunloy, that's a high floater, could be close to the net, and Deluxe has to go way up for that save. Final 10 seconds. I think it's going to be very unlikely to get 3 goals in this short of a time, but a momentum marker would be advantageous here. But instead, Sharks getting that possession back. They're just going to run those last few seconds off. Could be a 5th goal. It got close, but 4-1 the final scoreline.
I mean, it felt like, the Bulls really had control after game number 1, especially on the defensive side of the field. They were really playing well. But this time, the Sharks had the mindset, hey, we're going to wait and just punish you every time you have a chance to clear and thinking you have time. I mean, they probably had about 6 unanswered shots at the end of that game. And the Bulls were just constantly stuck on their side of the field. So I definitely think, Bulls want to get some more offensive presence going into game number 3.
Yeah, I mean, you had saviors coming out for both Deluxe and Tagmata by the time it was over, but that's only 6 saves. That only accounts for not even half of the 13 shots that the Sharks directed on net in that game 2. So absolutely hammering the net at that end. Trash Van and Tunloy just looking very good together in that game 2. I guess it just took that first game for them to really find their pace, and now that they have, the Bulls are going to have to make some adjustments to catch up.
And for sure, and it was really weird because usually, teams who are really successful rely on working together, but this was all just playing off your opponents. They did a great job of really turning, counterattacks off of, turning really sharp counterattacks into their own goals. So, I mean, it worked very well. Now, maybe it's like the song for the Sharks goes, they are just really pouncing on their prey, and they're doing a great job. Bulls really struggling to get some offense. And right now, if I'm a Bulls fan, I want to see Tagmata do a little bit more solo. I think he has the ability. Trash has shown himself he can do some solo plays. I want to see a little bit more now from Tagmata, and maybe if they are able to do that, they can pull out this game number 3.
Yep, that's Deluxe and Tunloy on the opening kickoff. That rolls into the Bulls' corner. Tagmata gets it around Tunloy, but can't retain possession themselves. Trash Van going to move in, but Deluxe gets to it first. Could have had a chance to turn on net. Just a little bit out of boost was Deluxe. Tunloy demos Deluxe. Tagmata keeping it in, trying to kill time, let Deluxe get back on the map. But Trash Van gets it around Deluxe off the respawn, and it will go into the Bulls zone. Tagmata.
That's a great pinch. It's a great pinch by Trash Van. He was actually low on boost there, and as a result, he just goes for the pinch off the sidewall to get the pressure out of his half. And I think that's what's really helping the Sharks, is that they're really doing a great job of getting the ball out of their half.
Yeah, when you spend all that time in the Bulls' half, you have that time to just generate opportunity after opportunity, and then you force the Bulls to be low on boost. Good things happen enough time, you push at enough times. So we're through the first minute, just a 1 shot so far, and it is for the Bulls. Tagmata flicks that over 1, but not past Tunloy. And now Deluxe moving in, going to try to follow that up in the corner. That's a high floater towards the front. Tagmata behind everybody, and the Bulls score it.
It's a great carry. He's able to pull out Trash, who wanted the boost. He got a little boost greedy. As a result, Deluxe able to carry it right over, and Tagmata great positioning, able to punish. And now, you have the lead again, and they've been very successful when they start with the lead. So, will they be able to hold on to it, or will the Sharks be able to make a comeback?
We will have to see, but Deluxe, definitely drawing the attention of both defenders, being in the top 10 for MVPR going into this week. Definitely a danger player, but this is going to go all the other way for Tunloy from about 3/4 of the field.
I actually do love this demo play by Trash. He realizes, or actually Tunloy, my bad for predicting that, but he reads that Tagmata's a little upfield because, when you get those high backward bounces, you know that if you're able to get rid of that falling attack, you're going to have an open field to shoot at. And, Tugman like realizes the opportunity and takes huge advantage and punishes. And now it's a big equalizer. And, that lead for the Bulls is just gone.
Yeah, the Sharks with a good counter punch. Now the Bulls going to have to rebuild. Deluxe carries that in, but loses the handle right to Tunloy. Now it's the Sharks moving in. Trash with a high floater. Tagmata has to get in front of that. Not even a very well aimed touch. Just had to get the car in front of it that far above the backboard. And now Deluxe, that's towards the net. Trash Van coming across. Almost seemed out of control on that one, but does make the save. Now Deluxe again, and once again, Trash Van hung up on the goalpost maybe?
And maybe, that's a great pinch. I love the pinch by Tagmata, that patience to really pull on that last defender. He kind of looks like he's like, oh, I'm stuck and I have nothing I can do here. But instead he pulls in that defender, gets a great pinch. And, as a defender in that position that he was in, it's really hard reading those bounces. And Deluxe just says, thank you very much. I'm going to take it as another shot opportunity off the crossbar. And, Sharks get away with another one.
Yeah, but they can't keep doing that. They are down a goal in this game as we approach halftime. Tunloik tries to get it over Tagmata. Now going to take a little bit slower from midfield down. Deluxe tips it to their corner. Bounces onto the hood of Trash Van. Going to try to get a flick. Can he elevate it? Does, but it's a crossbar and out to the left side. Now Trash Van going to try it from the other corner. Drop shot towards the net, and it's on the hood of Deluxe this time. So the Bulls trading saves on 2 attempts, and then Tunloik just very softly tucks that one home.
And that's when that boost management gets a little crazy. Deluxe got a little panicky, wanting to go for that corner boost. And as a result, he pulls himself way too far in net, and Tunloik is able to dribble it in for an easy equalizer.
Yeah, and also, not to be understated, was also stole the boost in that corner as he picked up the ball. So not letting the other defender get back for the Bulls. And that's a tight angle towards net, but it goes right in front. Tunloik, 50 with Deluxe in the corner. Maintains possession. Trash takes it past midfield and past Deluxe. Tagmata at the back post waiting. One touch and then a second off the end wall, but not on target was that. Deluxe pokes it up in the air. Tunloik beats them. Here comes Trash Van in, but Tagmata got to it first. This is from midfield down. Tagmata tried to sweep it away, but that's taken right away by Tunloik. Went all the way down, but not on target.
I'm just loving this constant pressure from the Sharks. They are knowing when to, really challenge the ball here, especially on these cuts. They've got a lot of, not even midfield, really this offensive zone. They're just cutting off the clear attempt, primarily by Deluxe, because Deluxe, the one thing that you could really punish Deluxe for is really not giving him time to really recuperate and get boost. And as a result, they're really getting away with opportunities here. As another opportunity here, no one to punish. Tamon with the fall and it will put it away. But as I say that, Deluxe, the second they're finally able to get out, they're making offense out of it, and it works there.
Yeah, the Bulls pick up the trash. They had 1-2, and then finally on the third attempt, it's Tagmata putting it home. We're just about to hit the 1-minute warning. The Bulls back in the lead by just 1 goal. It's 3-2. This rolls up the near side wall, taken by Tagmata. Going to try to air drag it down towards net, but once again, red bell by Trash Van. Deluxe working in on Trash, gets it not quite over. I thought it was clear, but got the wheel on it at the last second. Now Trash beat Tagmata. Going to move in on Deluxe. That goes high to the backboard. Tunloik.
Man, not a great bounce there.
Yeah, it was a tricky bounce indeed. Tunloik not able to field at the center stripe. But now the Sharks dumping it back in. They need a goal. Tunloik goes for the demo. Can't get it. And so Tagmata able to sweep the clear out.
Now, now coming into this last little section here, you're really kind of wondering, really, can the Sharks has been going? They're really relying on these misplays by the Bulls. And that might be one here. Oh my goodness. What a read by Deluxe and a punish there. And now, Bulls really might have locked this game away.
Yeah, Deluxe hits the right post, but then it tips off their tail, and Tagmata able to come in and finish that off. So a 2-goal lead now for the Bulls gives them the insurance marker as we get into the final 5 seconds. I think that will do it here in game number 3 as the Bulls win the challenge and the time has run off. 2-goal lead with no time is unassailable. So the Bulls win game 3. They're up 2-1 in the set.
And definitely, the Bulls, I feel like these teams are really going back and forth here. Sharks were dominating in shots, then the game number 2, and then the Bulls they were off to the races. 16-6 tangle differential. Tagmata you just take away Tagmata's goal and it would have been tie in shooting. I mean, Tagmata was that great, and I think that's what's really going to help, because Deluxe is a support player. He does not want to be doing all this offense by himself. He wants to set up. He wants to be a savior. He doesn't want to be the one to score everything. So if you're Tagmata, your goal is allow Deluxe to do all the work for you, and you just be the one to clean up. And it's worked beautifully. Got like 2 of the 3 goals were just him cleaning up a great play by probably one of the top best players in this league this season, Deluxe. And again, it works beautifully, and it's going to come back down to the Sharks on what they're going to do now on the offensive end of the field.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting you say that about Deluxe being a support in this game and not really taking all the goals. This is a player that coming into this week actually was 6th in goals in the league, right behind their teammate Scapegoat, who is 5th with 40 goals. So, I mean, Deluxe can definitely put that biscuit in the basket, as we say. We're going to get into game 4, and the Sharks have got to find a response.
And I definitely think it will be a huge factor on how, I think I want to see a bit more teamwork between Trash and Tunloik. I think they're trying to do too much individually. Yes, your game 2 strategy worked at just cutting them off early, but in Premier League, players are able to adapt so much a lot faster now, that you're not going to be able to do it consistently like in lower leagues. So I definitely think if you're the Sharks, you got to come with another game plan to take out this Bulls lineup.
Yeah, if there was a good demo on a Deluxe by Trash Van to defuse that attack, now the Sharks going to come back. That's a pass down from Tunloik, but it never got to Trash Van, as both players for the Bulls were up to get in the way of that. But then absolutely juked down as Tunloik. Deluxe takes that first goal.
That's a great play by Deluxe. He realizes if he's able to get a beautiful bump on the Tunloik, and out of panic, Tunloik just has to panic a save. It doesn't work. And now, the good opener for Deluxe. And I mean, as I was saying, I thought Tagmata would be the big score here, but Deluxe showing he has a little creativity of his own.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that from my angle on the first look, but yeah, as you said, a nice wheel bump onto the defender and was able to get it by and make something out of that. Now Trash Van kind of going over the shoulder for this one, a high arching shot, and Deluxe makes that save. Through the first 50 seconds, 2 shots to 1 in favor of the Bulls. About to be 3 as Tagmata brings that in and doubles the lead.
That's a great play. Made the defender think he was out of boost by slowing down, and as a result, he's able to land beautifully and pull Trash out of position. And now, you have a good 2-goal lead. Both players on the Bulls really getting some offense showing. And it's going to come to the Sharks. Can they get something made on the defensive side that can be turned into a counterattack?
Yeah, just great hustle on that play. Was able to get the placement way out in front of the defender. Now the Bulls just absolutely goring the Sharks. They had 16 shots in the last game. We're barely through the first minute. It's 5 for them in game number 4. As Tunloik did make a stop there, tried to keep it in the zone, but got blown up immediately. Trash Van wants to get this one out. 50 with Tunloik and Tagmata. Trash Van leads it in off the end wall. Second touch gets it towards the front, but Deluxe reading that immediately. Trash is back.
It just feels like, a lot of players, on this Bulls side of the field are really more on the Sharks. I mean, they are really kind of not working together. It feels like they're really trying to get something going the offensive side as a duo, but it's just not coming together. Really, really delaying their touches. We see here, Tunloik not really taking any risks to do it, even though they're down 2. And I think right now the Bulls are just really getting everything to work in their favor. But as I say that, Trash gets it to work, and another punish on the defensive end for the Sharks.
Yep, and that's what they were doing all game 2, is just win a challenge, the angle falls just right, you take advantage of the open space, you get the goal. Now, it worked great enough times in game number 2, but that is not something you can rely on at this level. They're going to have to, as you said, start generating some more offense that doesn't involve lucky bounces, as Deluxe gets one and then nobody in front for the second touch. So it's back to a 3-1 lead.
Unfortunate. Deluxe reads the late challenge. He realizes that, no cheats coming. So when you have that play, you either can just go for a hard shot or really pulling the defender, and he does both beautifully. Pulls in that last defender and gets a great flick over him just to get a huge increase in their lead. And really, having that safety net is a really key value, especially in these high-level matchups.
Yeah, and we talked about the kind of the lucky bounces. Well, Deluxe ate that bump, the attempted challenge bump, but got bumped in almost the perfect angle to finish off that second attempt. And now it's Deluxe again, demoed, but puts that right in front. Tagmata sees the save coming out and just steers away back to defense. Deluxe's respawn, floats it over one, possibly floats it over two, but Junloy puts it up. Deluxe just spikes it right back down.
Man, running with the Bulls, they are running with this scoreline. They have been constantly on top of it, and now they're just really playing off the Sharks' touches. They're not really playing off their own anymore. They're saying, hey, I'm going to take what you give me. You get a kickoff goal, playing off the kickoff, and then they get a great read by Deluxe off of the panic challenge from Tunley.
Yeah, absolutely an amazing read. At most lower levels, if you tip that save that high, usually it's going to be safe, but Deluxe nowhere is safe. Gets up for it immediately and just spikes it right down on Tunloy. But Tunloy gets a shot on. Tagmata tips that high. Bulls get it clear. There's 2 minutes left in game number 4. They're up 2-1 in the set and have a 4-1 lead here. And the Sharks getting a couple shots on here, but they're still being outshot 9-6. And it seems like, Luke, a lot of their shots just not very dangerous.
Yeah, and it goes back to game number 1. They were really just giving the ball away. They were handing it off and going for really just, hey, we're just going to put shots on, trying to, force a bad challenge. But when you're playing against high-level players like Deluxe and Tagmata, you're not going to get that as much as if you're playing against another team. As we see it there, Deluxe has a great challenge off of the backboard, and as a result, they increase their lead. But again, it goes back to what I'm saying. The Sharks, again, just giving away possession. As a result, the Bulls are countering attacking with it.
Yeah, and you cannot just give away possession like that because, as we've seen, the Bulls can just go coast to coast and absolutely make you pay. Tunloy throws that out to center. Trash and Deluxe 50-50. It's off the wall, goes to Tagmata. It's dumped right back into the Shark zone. We've seen a lot of time in that blue zone. That's a hot shot! Beats the defenders, and Trash Man claws one back.
Finally, a great shot. He reads again. Look at that position. Reads Deluxe is a little too far up, and Tagmata is rotating back and has a laser shot to the back post, and it works beautifully, lowering the lead back down to 3. But again, those shots, you're not going to be given a ton of them per game. Might need to come up with something a little bit more creative to bring it back.
Yeah, I mean, you get that much pace on a shot, it's probably going to go unless the defender's right in front of it, but you can't, as you said, cannot rely on that being quite that free chance, but Tunloy just a little bit out too far in front of it. Trash Van keeping it alive in the Bulls' corner. Tagmata, a rare miss, but that gives Tunloy a chance to re-engage. From the corner, wants to get it over Deluxe, cannot. Final 40 seconds here. Van once again keeping it in the corner. Does get it past Tagmata. Here comes Tunloy, and it's cut to 2.
It's a great play. Trash is really the catalyst of this offense right now, leading the challenge and forcing Tagmata to go for a really rushy challenge. And as a result, when you go for those, it's really a smart idea not to go for a shot. Go for something behind or in front of him. And as a result, he sneaks it behind the defender and really puts it home. And now the lead back down to 2.
Yeah, and this is what the Sharks did well in Game 2 and what they need to continue doing. Not just relying on the lucky bounces, but just pushing and pushing and pushing until something breaks down. They've gotten away from that in the last couple of games. If they can get back onto it here, Game 4 is probably still belonging to the Bulls, but if they can make something happen, get some momentum up for Game 5, coming out of here with a 2-3 against another of the top teams in the league could still be very good for the Sharks.
Oh my goodness, and another play almost there of trying to get one back at the end there, but it's not able to go through. Sharks, just trying to get something going in that game. But I mean, they had great momentum, down 5-1 in this game. They brought it back to you with some really creative plays. And I mean, if you're the Sharks, that's really what you have to do, as the series is really starting to get away from them.
Yeah, and they did put up a lot of shots. They did actually outshoot the Bulls in this one. They had 13 shots. But what happened? Tagmata happened. Double savior, 7 saves. Deluxe adding 3 of their own, so a savior for them as well. But the double savior, Tagmata, an absolute brick wall back there for the Bulls.
This was really a standout game. When I came into this match, I thought I'd see the reverse. I thought Deluxe would be the savior and Tagmata would be the shooter. But I'm happy that's showing that there's like a little difference. They're really trading roles. They're not relying on each other. I definitely think it's a big thing when you come down to the rest of the series, because we're seeing the Sharks play by the same old thing every time. They're going for the same shots, they're going for the same cuts, and you're really just like, after a while, it just becomes the same type of food. It just becomes stale to you. You're like, okay, I know what's going to happen. I'm just going to do this, and it works every time. Sharks got away with it in game number 2, but it's not going to work like that at all for the rest of the series. So now it's just like, you got to come up with something different. And I definitely think it's going to be something that's, the Sharks will have to do going into this next game.
Yep, and as I was saying at the top of the series, this is good for the Bulls because they were only 8-7 against their division opponents in that first round robin in the first 3 weeks of the season. So every game that they can put up against that Tropic division is just a little bit extra padding. The Sharks are going to need to try to recover, see if they can at least salvage a second win out of this, because they're actually in a little bit more vulnerable position than the Bulls are. They're both in the lead of their respective divisions. They both have a fairly sizable lead at 6 for the Bulls and 7 for the Sharks. But the Sharks they're actually tied for that division lead with the Shadow. So they would only need to have one team come in and pass them and put them out of the playoffs. Whereas the Bulls, they have 2 teams that would have to both chase them down in order to be knocked out of the top 2 in their division.
And with the new rule set we do have for the season, 7 teams make playoffs this season instead of 6. So it'll definitely be a key factor on those extra wildcard teams. Having these matchups really affect that. And I definitely think if you're the Sharks and the Bulls, these are crucial series because these teams are considered top of the top. And when you go into the later parts of this season, you're going to be looking at playoff situations because, again, these teams might re-meet in the first round of the playoffs. They could re-meet over and again. And again, this may be another reason why we're not seeing those star lineups play today. Scapegoat not showing up for the Bulls and Thunder not playing for the Sharks. So, that definitely going to factor on play styles and how they'll play. But so far, the Bulls have been winning this 1-3 lineup. So I definitely think, this is really a depth matchup, and I definitely think the Bulls are winning it.
Yeah, the Sharks are going to have to come back and show something positive here in Game 5. They had that good late rally in Game number 4. They need to come out here, secure the 2-3, kind of keep that cushion in front of the Flames, who are 3rd place in their division, because we have one more match after this in terms of the interdivision play. And then we'll get into the final 3 weeks of the season. Will be once again that divisional round robin. And every game in those matches in your division almost count double, because not only does it count in your favor if you can put up for the win, it also counts against your opponents. So a bit of a double buffer in the standings.
It's unbelievable how fast this season has gone by, honestly. It feels like we're still in week number 1 and everyone's getting their feet wet still, but definitely been a fun one to watch for sure in this Premier League.
Yep, we had a brief moment for a server reset, but we are now underway with Game 5. As Trash Van goes high for this one out of their own corner, gets it out past center. Tagmata off the ceiling. Tunlink going to jump on this one. Goes to the backboard. Trash in the high slot. A ground shot, but right to the hood of Deluxe. Tunlink driving it into the corner. It's 50 with Deluxe. Trash going to move in up to center. Challenges with Tagmata. It takes a bounce into the Sharks zone. Tagmata, that's high and over the cage to the opposite corner. Tunlink takes with possession, out to center. Can't get it past Deluxe. This floats out. Trash Van a little bit too far out, so the Bulls have a chance to move it in. But Tunlink is there to support. Tunlink reads off the challenge, dumps it into the Bulls zone. That's going to float towards net, but Deluxe is there, stops it before it even gets on target. So first minute, fairly quiet, just one shot for the Sharks so far.
That's a great opportunity there. Oh my goodness, what great read from Tagmata off the corner. Puts it away. Huge early lead for the Bulls. But I will say, what's going unnoticed is the card switch from Tunlink. And, for playing with Tunlink a ton, I know when he does this, he's really just, having a good time. And I definitely think that's a good mentality to have in this Game 5. Yes, you may have lost the series, but you're still having a fun time while playing. And they still definitely have enough time to make a comeback here.
Yep, and they will need to, as once again, the Bulls, they like to make that habit of striking first, striking often. The Sharks will need to find that comeback mentality. This Trash Van near center. Tagmata takes that away. It drops all the way towards the slot, far enough to be counted as a shot on goal. But now Trash Van going to move it in. and Tagmata has to save that. It was a nice connection from Tunlink onto Trash Van, but did not get it around the last defender. Now Trash Van, near center. Tagmata slips it away, over to Deluxe. High floater, Deluxe is going to try to catch up to that off the backboard, but cannot, so he'll just rotate to the corner boost. Trash Van along pitch, that's on net. Deluxe sweeping back. He needed every bit of that boost because that save was very close.
And I mean, now time ticking away. It just feels like the Bulls are really over the Sharks. And again, we've seen it like 3 games in a row now. Sharks not putting really any threatening shots on. We had one good opportunity from Trash early on, but since then there's been really no big offensive threat for the Sharks. And that's a good one there. Great demo play. Works out, and Sharks find the equalizer.
Yeah, Deluxe makes the first touch, but goes boom. Trash moves in. Didn't get the second bump on the defender, but still had to be in the back of Tagmata's mind as Tunloik able to put that one home and tie this up. 2:40 in game number 5 as the Sharks trying to bring this back to a 2-3. The Bulls would really like a 4-1 to increase their cushion in the Volcanic division. Deluxe sweeps that towards net. It's high and right, but wrestling with it, there's Tagmata moving in, cannot find the angle to get it on net. Whips it towards center. Tunloik a miss there. And that's 50. It's going to go down towards the Bulls net. Deluxe going to catch up to it. Does just in time off the crossbar.
Oh my, what a save by Deluxe there. When I saw that pinch, I was guaranteeing that would be a goal. And Deluxe just not giving up on the play. And I mean, the Sharks have done a great job at putting pressure and, really putting threatening shots on. But Deluxe has said, hey, this is my lobby and I'm going to show you why. And he's just been dominating on the defensive end. 4 saves to his name. And they just feel like the Bulls, while they may be getting crushed in shots, they are still winning this game mentally.
Yeah, and Deluxe with a boost management has had a couple times where he's stolen boost at the Sharks end, and he's needed every bit of it to come back and make a save or a clear at the other end. So able to keep that boost meter up and get touches. But we are all square in this game number 5, final minute and a half. It's time to see which team can break through and take the lead as Deluxe with an air dribble on, going to tuck it towards the top, but it's high and left. Tagmata stalls that just a little bit past midfield. It's going to go towards net by the Sharks, saved by Deluxe. Tunloik floats that off the wall towards net, but it was wide. Trash could not generate something dangerous there. Easy clear by the Bulls. Tunloik saves that out to center. Tagmata on it immediately. And Trash Van just stands in the way of that. So these teams now just kind of fencing with each other. One long shot, save, another long shot at the other end. So one of these teams is going to have to set something up, or we could be looking at a Game 5 overtime loop.
And, it's that Game 5 mentality. Some teams love to be a lot more aggressive and force mistakes, either if it's on their own end or the opponent's end, or some teams like playing a really passive game. And the big reason why I'm not surprised by this is that when you have 2, high-level ones players on both sides of the field, you see a lot of passive play. I'm going to play off an opponent's mistake mentality. And right now, it's been doing great as unless it's a horrible miss, not really time, not able to read it. But again, it's going to come down to who makes that big mistake first, or who makes a big offensive play. And that will really be the factor that decides this game number 5.
Yep, as we're in golden goal territory. Final seconds ticking off. That hits the ground, so it will be a Game 5 overtime. So next goal will either seal a 4th win for the Bulls or a 2nd for the Sharks. Deluxe tips that to their corner. Tunloik from there gets it over Deluxe, but not past Tagmata. Cleared out to center. Trash beats Deluxe. Now Tunloik going to work it back in. Just a high floater. The continuity not really there from either team. We're not seeing the same passing plays as we did in the first couple games of the set. It's just, as you said, broken down to that passive 1v1, punish the mistake mentality. I don't know what you're thinking, Luke, but I'm thinking it's going to take somebody setting up a team play to actually put this one away.
It'll be that, or it'll be someone making a miraculous save counter attack. I feel like this is really going to come down to both teams are playing great defensive positioning, and no one's really giving it an inch to really go for something crazy. So I don't know if we're going to be able to see anything creative, but I definitely feel like either this is going to be a really bad misplay from one team that the other is going to punish, or it's going to be a great save turn into a goal.
Yeah, I mean, this really is the game we were looking to see all series long. Pretty much even on the shots. The defense has been great for both teams. It's just a matter of who wants it more in this overtime. As Trash Fan with an air dribble, the Tagmata again reads it well, puts right in front of it. Tunlung is going to have to get up and generate an option, but no, this is right in front of the net. Tagmata takes it coast to coast for the win.
And Tunlink gets a little greedy. He wants to get this challenge, realizing he maybe couldn't rotate back in time. And as a result, that hesitation just cost him that final goal. And the Bulls come up with a really big 4-1 win over their rivals, the Sharks.
Yeah, and you have to feel like maybe there was just a little bit too much pressure for Tunlink to make something happen, to try to generate a play after all that back and forth from the point where they tied that game, pretty much half the game in regulation, and all that overtime where nothing happened, and just back and forth, back and forth. The pressure finally got to him. Tagmata able to win that challenge and take it all the way. So great work by the Bulls coming away with the 4-1 series win. Sharks also played very well. They still maintain their lead in the division, but I'd say if one of these two teams had to have these games more than the others, the Bulls probably in the position of needing it more, as the Tyrants and the rest of that Volcanic division going to be nipping at their heels fairly soon.
Very big division for sure, and I definitely think this is not going to describe what this matchup will be like if we see this again, because both teams, they have the mentality of, hey, we can see these guys in the playoffs again, since these teams are both highly ranked in their respective league. And I definitely think that they weren't really playing their starting lineups kind of like as a strategy wise, like, hey, if we see them in the playoffs, I don't want Scapegoat playing, I don't want Thunder playing, I want to make sure that we have our secret weapon and our secret plays saved for that crucial match in the playoffs when it's going to all on the line. So I definitely think it was a strong idea for both teams. Sadly, the Bulls just have a bit more of an in-depth lineup than the Sharks do, and they do take a huge 4-1 win. But again, it has been an awesome series to watch, and definitely, at the end came down to the wire, to say the least.
Yes, indeed. And even though it wasn't a tied series going into the end of it, Game 5 overtime, giving that extra little punch to end the series, you gotta love to see it. But the action is not over for MLE tonight. It will end the stream here on MLE 2, but we're going to raid over to MLE 1 coming up in about 10 minutes, the final match of the evening and of Week 7. It's going to be Academy League, Lightning and Sabres over on MLE 1. I hope you all follow us on the raid. Join us for that match. Till then, I've been Scotty P.